Okay, we're on week 3 of mastering the basics of acting. In week 1, we went through a little time machine and explored where acting began in the first place. In week 2, we covered objectives, actions, and beats. And hi, I'm Donnie Mercado. If you're one of my current students, you already know that. And we're on week 3 of at least 9 in a series, maybe longer, because my current students study with me through Heartland Charter School, and some of them have enrolled for 9 whole weeks. Okay, I want to show you where this is kept for those of you who might not have caught the first 2 episodes. You're on TADA Acting Studio, and right about here, I'll probably put it, I don't know, second. It will be a list, a playlist, and also it'll be listed as a course called Mastering the Basics of Acting, and that is what will allow you to watch these in order, okay? So now we're on to episode 3. If you don't know me, I'm Donnie Mercado. I have an MFA in acting from NYU. I've been teaching and coaching kids for over 30 years. Let's dive in. Today's episode is about beats and moments and how to make a scene breathe. Every powerful scene has a pulse. You can feel it even before a single word is spoken. That rhythm, that rise and fall of tension, that silence and truth. It's what we call the beat. A beat is a living heartbeat inside the script. It marks every shift in thought, emotion, or intention. When something changes, even slightly, a new beat begins. And when actors learn to feel those shifts, that's where, instead of forcing them, the scene will breathe. Stanislavski, who we covered in the first episode, rewind if you don't know what I'm talking about, taught that a performance is built not on grand gestures, but on small, truthful moments strung together like pearls. Each pearl is a beat. And when they're connected with purpose, they create meaning. Look, this is recommending that I open with my on-camera reflection about the first time I noticed a scene coming alive because I followed its beats instead of pushing emotion. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you. So what I love so much about rehearsing, I used to do regional theater where I would get cast in a play and then I would go and live someplace else for 3 months. And because I was equity at the time, they had to give me my own apartment. I loved, for example, when I played Lucy in Dracula, that moment where you're all off book. That means you know your lines so well that you don't have to hold the script anymore. And you feel the momentum in the room. Something is happening, a really heated debate, or, what is his name? Van Helsing is, going on and on about how he's going to catch Dracula, and Lucy is probably injured or dying, or I don't know. I'm imagining this. And we're in this little rehearsal room, and you can hear it. And my co-star, my other actor friend who was in it, his anger as it's reaching as he's talking. And then there's a pause. There's a lull in the room. And you don't let it land. And then maybe I say something at a much lower level. That is a beat, and it's like magic. And you don't plan it. It comes naturally the more you listen to the script itself. But most actors would rush through that. They race through the dialogue like it's a checklist. But beats remind you to stop, breathe, and listen. There's oxygen in the performance. Actually, they are the oxygen of the performance. Without them, everything just feels flat. And you can tell when you see a brand new actor and it just goes da-da-da-da-da-da, and you're like, where are all the pauses? Why are you not breathing? Why are you not taking in what's happening around you? So think about that as you're working on things yourself. Okay, let's get specific. A new beat can start when someone gives new information, or a tactic, what you're doing with your words to get what you want, stops working, or an emotion shifts, or the power in the scene changes hands, It can be a word, a pause, even a look. Whatever causes the change, that's your cue. I usually say someone enters or exits the room, the subject changes, or something huge happens. Any one of those things is the something huge. Uta Hagen called this moment-to-moment reality. She said truth exists in the moment of behavior. So if you're playing truthfully, you're already playing the beats. You just have to become aware of them. What does this say I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to demonstrate a tiny scene or line where I show 2 beats. The moment before I hear something shocking and the moment after. Tell you what, if you're studying with me in real life, let's stop and do this with your script, okay? Meisner took this even further. His repetition exercises were never about the words. They were about noticing the change, the exact moment your partner affects you and you respond. That's a beat. When you honor it, your work stops being mechanical and starts being alive. So here's something to try. Read your script once through without acting at all. So I keep recommending this, but if you're new here, go to the description. There are links there to my favorite acting books and scene books on Amazon, or you can go to myactingbooks.com. Or if you're studying with me, you already have a monologue or scene that we're working on. And here's what I want you to do today. Read your script once without acting at all. Just mark every place where something changes. Don't judge it. Don't try to act it. Just notice it. That's your skeleton of beats. And that is you starting the script breakdown. Now, when you rehearse, breathe on those transitions and feel it. Feel the energy in the room before you move on. Bryan Cranston once said, "You're not playing emotion, you're playing circumstances. Beats are where those circumstances collide." And I keep quoting people because these are quotes from the Actors Daily Journal, which I'm still toying with how I'm ever going to publish it or edit it. You can get it for free in the description. And there's 365 days of quotes and exercises to allow you to continue your acting work at home. All right, let's talk about moments. A moment is the heartbeat's echo, the emotional truth that fills the space right after the beat. So there's a beat, there's that moment before you move forward. It's the stillness where the audience catches up to you. Those tiny little silences, those are gold, and they let your truth sink in. Think of Viola Davis pausing before she answers a line. Those aren't gaps. Those are micro beats, moments of choice, or moments where they're truly living and breathing in character and they're thinking something very specific. They're not gaps. Actors who understand moments know that sometimes the silence is the performance. So how do you find them? You find the beats and the moments by listening, by actually letting your partner say what they're going to say and letting what they say or what your character feels land in real time. Don't plan it. Don't pre-plan it. Just notice it and allow it to land in the moment before moving forward. Okay, here's your challenge for the week. Take your monologue or your scene and mark your beats. Then rehearse it 3 ways. 1 without the pauses, 1 with exaggerated pauses, and once listening for real moments of change. So we're definitely going to do this together, you and I, if you are one of my students this session. And then we're going to feel when the truth lands. That's the breath of the scene. Stanislavski once said, "The greatest wisdom is to know when to stop." When to stop doing and start being. So when have you ever been acting and this happened, where something landed and it was like amazing because You really took that moment and the audience leaned in? Or when you noticed it in a movie yourself or a TV show? Tell me in the comments when you've seen this happen. All right? Breathe, actor. Don't rush the art. Let each beat reveal its truth. And let each moment hold its silence. Because the space between the lines, that's where the magic lives. I always say, don't cut, don't drop character until the director says cut. Or until the lights go down if you're on stage. You know why? Because you'll be cheating the audience or the camera out of that moment that happens after the beat shift, and or you'll be cheating yourself out of potentially a really great close-up on television. But at the very least, you have to honor the truth of it until it's actually finished. All right, you want to know what's next? I'll give you a little sneak preview because the next video will be linked when it's ready. Okay, people, get your tissues out or get ready to laugh. One or the other. Because episode 4 is about emotional truth and imagination, living the scene for real. So that'll be linked when it's ready. Again, I'm Donnie Mercado. Watch whichever video pops up next and look for that playlist, Mastering the Basics of Acting. I'll see you in the next one.